Hello, everyone. Today I have with me Dr. Munmun Lahiri, and I have known ma'am since the last 10 years now. And I really, really look up to her, adore her, not only because of her intellect, but also because of the great energy and motivation she brings with herself wherever she goes and whatever task she involves herself into. She has a lot of experience in multiple areas from teaching to anchoring to singing. आई थिंक बहुत सारी चीजें मैम करती हैं लेकिन आज के केस में वी आर गोइंग टू फोकस दिस इंटरव्यू दिस पॉडकास्ट from the point of view of her as a researcher and as a professor. So, ma'am has completed her PhD in management from Manipal University. She's currently working as an associate professor in the Department of Management and Commerce in Purnima University, Jaipur. And if I remember correctly, ma'am, during your PhD journey, there was a time when you had got trapped into a predatory and cloned journal ट्रैप था. ऑफ कोर्स आज के टाइम पे देयर आर सो मेनी यूट्यूब वीडियोस कि हमारे स्टूडेंट्स जानते हैं कि ये चीजें क्या होती हैं, बट लाइक व्हेन यू वर डूइंग इट बैक देन we didn't know much about it, and these were new things which were happening. So I remember you had got stuck with it, you'd got trapped, and because of which your submission got really delayed, and you had to rewrite two research papers completely क्योंकि वो दोनों पहले खराब हो गए थे, so you had to rewrite them. So what was that incident? Can you please share it with the students?
First of all, a big hello to Dr. Ritika, and thank you so much for having me in your show. And I do follow your shows, I do follow your videos, and I must say those videos, those informations which you give to the researchers, to the scholars, to all those, I mean, to the internal research fraternity, those are extremely, extremely helpful, useful, important. And I insist all the scholars, all the researchers that do follow Dr. Ritika Gauba. She's doing mind-blowing job in research. So thank you
so much,
once
ma'am.
again. And yes, as you said that I was trapped in a predatory journal during my PhD work. I got trapped in a clone journal. Yes, that was a very bad experience indeed. But somehow I got over it. I wrote papers again, and yes, that was an experience.
So, briefly, can you explain for anybody who's watching it and doesn't know कि cloned or predatory क्या होता है? Just briefly.
Ma'am, see, clone journals are basically those journals which is the journals which are cloned to the original ones. See, although I am not an expert, I am not a specialized person who can give the detailed explanation about the clone and the predatory journal. I suggest to all the research scholars, to all the researchers who are seeing this podcast, that please do enroll yourself or register yourself in such seminars, in such in such workshops where you can get detailed information and awareness about what predatory journals are, how you can get hold of those predatory journal, how you can get yourself restrict of getting trapped in those predatory and clone journal. But what has happened to me was that I wrote a paper. I got an information from one of my known that there is a paper which is there is a journal, there is a journal which is indexed in Scopus, and I can get my paper published in that Scopus index journal if my paper get accepted. So I thought it's pretty decent. So through a mediator, I floated my paper, or paper वहाँ manuscript मेरा आगे गया. Even they told me that I need to pay some money, and it was a good amount of money at that particular time. I'm talking about like 5 years back. So it was a good amount of money. I paid the money to that mediator. Even I got the acceptance letter from that journal. I'm talking about the predatory journal. I got the acceptance letter. After getting the acceptance letter, I again rechecked into the Scopus website that whether that journal exists in the Scopus list or not, and it was there. But as soon as my paper get published, And the very day or the very next day when I tried to, search that journal in the Scopus list, I got to know that that journal was discontinued from Scopus list. So that was the case. And since the journal was discontinued before the publication of my paper, so that's why my name, the author's name, it was not displayed on the Scopus list. So if this thing happens, that means that your paper has no, the paper or the journal in which your paper has been published, it is not Scopus indexed.
Okay.
So regardless of the fact that when you search for a journal which is a Scopus index journal, but when your manuscript get published, it is important that your name, the author's name, should be displayed or it is visible on the Scopus database. Then only your manuscript will be termed as Scopus indexed. So that thing happened, and then I came to know that going through a licensing person or going through a mediator to a journal, that is extremely dangerous, it's extremely harmful. And these kind of journals, what I think that these kind of journal which, they appoint some mediators to get in connect with the research scholars or those scholars who don't know how to get their paper published in Scopus Index journal or in other ABDC or Web of Science or UGC Care Index journal. So these licensing people or these mediators, they grab those research scholars, they trap those research scholars. And since there is a lack of awareness about the predatory journal, about the clone journal, the researchers does not know what to do and they get themselves trapped. And they pay the fees, they give their manuscript. Paying fees is, giving money, okay, fine. If the money goes, the money will come again. But once the manuscript goes, it is a big, big loss to a research scholar. So what I feel that going through a mediator, going through a licensing person to get your manuscript published should be totally no. And if the scholar is if the scholar is confident about its manuscript, then that scholar should directly, contact the editor of the journal. And nevertheless, that scholar should again and again search and see that whether that journal is indexed in Scopus or not. So that is one thing about predatory journal.
What I understand is that initially when you were publishing, you had written the manuscript, but some person contacted you, some person, a middleman, a human being. Normally, when we are submitting papers, we don't have any kind of human contact. Everything is online. So this person contacted you and he said that I can get it published. You paid some fee also. Initially, this journal was listed in Scopus Index journal, which gave you the confidence of submitting your hard work in the journal. But as soon as it was accepted, the predatory journal, the journal was removed from the Scopus Index list. So does that mean that it never existed in the list and it was some of, it did exist?
No. It does exist, but what happens that these kind of journals, you must have seen some journals, their frequency of publication is very constant. In the initial time, they'll publish 20 publications, papers. Then continuously, they'll keep on publishing 20, 25, 30, 35, 50 publications, 100 publications. But no journal can publish 300, 350 or 400 publications at a stretch, in each month or in consecutive months. So that is the red flag which the research scholar must see, that what is the frequency of publication which that journal is doing actually. If the journal has a, constant a frequency of publication of 20, 25, 30, 50, okay, fine, 60, 70, but publishing 250, 300, 350 research papers in one issue or in two issue, then I think that is a red flag for the research scholar. So research scholar must focus on the frequency level of the publication which is done by the journal. Yeah. So this is the second red flag basically.
Okay, so the first red flag is we should not have any kind of human involvement in between. Whatever should happen online through the editor's desk and the normal process. The second thing is that we should not have any kind of, the frequency of publishing the paper should not be very high. If probably
that should be checked. I mean, that should be checked. If the journal is publishing throughout from past 10 years, if the journal is publishing every issue, if the journal is publishing like 70, 80 or 90 publications from past 10 years, and it is there in the scopus from past 10 years, then it's well and good. But if the frequency of the publication has, immediately it has been increased, then there is a red flag and scholars should see it. And all these things are quite visible on the Scopus website only.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So what about the cloned journal? So cloned
Yeah,
journal
again.
yes, what happened there?
Yeah, it was a very interesting as well as a very bad experience. Now there was no listening person in this clone journal experience, rather from UGC Care, and it was a UGC Care. I mean, I was searching for a UGC Care list journal, so I search. One of the journal which was very much relevant to my theme, my topic, my publication area, and I searched the name of that journal from UGC Care list. The loophole was, or I should say कि गलती कहाँ हुई, I didn't went to the journal website through UGC Care portal. Rather, I took the name from the UGC Care list, the journal's name, and directly I typed it on Google, and I got, I got the same name of journal from Google. And then I saw that, okay, fine, this is the journal and the editor's email is given. And when I mailed them, they asked me for again amount. And I thought that's okay, pretty well. This is a UG Care listed journal. If I'm having an interaction with the editor, and with the journal itself, then it's okay. So I gave them, I mailed them my manuscript. I got the acceptance. It was published. Once it was published, I again tried to recheck the journal name in the UGC Care list portal, and there I got a blink that list of clone journal. Somehow I just thought कि चलो एक बार देखते हैं what are the clone journals which are listed in this UGC Care list portal. And there I find the name of my journal. And when I clicked, I saw the same kind of, format, the same color pattern, the same content it was there. But actually, when you go to the journals link through UGC Care portal, then you tend to go to the exact journals link. But when you search the name of those journal in Google's websites, it will give you multiple name of those journals, and you may get trapped in any of the clone journal actually. So basically कहने का मुद्दा ये है कि if you are going through UGC Care portal to the journal site, then only rely on that. Otherwise, do not rely just on typing the name of the journal in Google, and then उसमें तो you will find several websites with the same name. So when you are finding several websites with the same name, of course, one of them will be original and rest of them will be cloned.
So in both the cases, you paid money?
Yeah. In both the cases, I paid money, and I believe that paying money is not the problem. Even many of the open access journals, which are
Also
indexed in Scopus, Web of Science, ABDC, UGC Care, they do charge money. They do charge money because they are open access.
Yes.
Yeah. So charging money is not the basic problem here. The problem is searching or not getting trapped in the wrong journal.
Okay. So for the people who are watching it, clone journal के case में ma'am ने UGC Care की list में she saw a journal name, and instead of going through the UGC Care list directly from there to the website, she copied the name of the journal, typed it on Google, and then a certain name appeared of the journal. She clicked it, and unfortunately, just जो उन्होंने click करा Google के through, that was a cloned journal. Cloned का मतलब होता है कि it was the exact copy, exact replica of the original. अब क्योंकि वो exact copy थी, तो she thought कि this is the original one. And उन्होंने गलती से cloned journal में अपनी original hard work manuscript submit कर दी. And even if it is accepted or published in the cloned journal, it will have no value because ये cloned journal की कोई recognition नहीं है. And in the first case, जो predatory journal थी, उसमें the journal said that they are Scoopus Index, but actually they were not Scoopus Index journal. Right, ma'am?
They were initially Scopus Index. When I
But then
submitted
they-
my manuscript, it was Scopus Index. But once it was published, I don't know, somehow it got discontinued. Now
Probably
it is
उनका discontinue होने वाला होगा. So that is why they were collecting papers, taking the money and
actually.
then probably उनको पता था कि like within a few days or months or weeks उनका खत्म होने वाला है. So they were just collecting the money. And so the first case was a predatory journal, second case was a clone journal. अब आते हैं to discuss certain parameters, certain things which we can do as students, as researchers to ensure that we do not get trapped. Okay, so number one, ma'am has already said that we should not involve any kind of human and no licensing person, no middleman is required. Go through the website. Secondly, ma'am said that if there's a link mentioned in the Scoopers list or the link is mentioned in the UGC care list or ABDC list,
yeah.
any indexation or any list, then go through those links to be on this rather than typing names on Google. These are the two things, ma'am, which you've said. Any other thing which we can be sure about?
In the second point, I would like to insist that the UGC Care, in the UGC Care portal and in the Web of Science portal, they have already given the link of the journal and the website. So if the scholars or if the authors are going through these links, they will go directly to the original journal and there will be less chances of getting trapped in clone or predatory journal.
Okay.
So this is the one thing. Third thing, I really insist to, even me, today also, I do enroll myself, I do register myself for various seminars, various workshops, which are taken by different specialized or different experts who are experts in the field of, in the field of figuring out which are predatory journals and which are clone journals. So yes, there are many seminars, there are many workshops in which the scholars and the authors or the researchers, they should get enrolled, they should get registered, and they should be aware, they should be informed that how to actually, figuring out that what are the parameters of or what are the factors through which we can, we can figure out that which are the predatory journal and which are the clone journal actually. Yes. Yeah.
Also, ma'am, did the time taken to publish both your papers, was it very short? Can that also be a red flag if somebody is saying I'll publish it in 1 day or 2-3 days? Well, normally journals take a lot of time to publish papers, review papers.
Ma'am, in my case, this was not the problem because in both, both the journals, they took around 3 to 4 months. Probably the Scopus took around 4.5 months to give me the acceptance. So that's why I was pretty sure that I'm going on a right path. But again, as you said, this is again one of the red flag. If the journal is saying that we will get your paper published in 15 days, 1 week, 1 month, 2 months, then yes, surely this is a red flag. But yes, in my case, this doesn't happen. But again, as you said, this is a red flag. Yes.
I have seen journals saying you give us the money, we'll publish it in 1 day or 2 days, like within a week, the paper is published. That is, I have also seen that also.
Yes, absolutely. This is a big red flag. Yes.
Okay. Now, how to ensure that in your case, it was first there in Scoopers, then it was not there. So should they see that since how long has the journal been listed in Scoopers, or is there some list which is released which says that this particular journal is getting not recognized, like the recognition is being taken away? Is something like this, are you aware of?
See, as I already said that I'm not expert in figuring out what, how to search or how to detect the predatory journals. But yes, according to my experience, 3 things should be seen. Number 1, the span of that journal in Scopus. So as the Scopus already mentions for each of the journal, कि कब से लेके कब तक वो journal Scopus में indexed है. So yes, the span of the journal, if the journal is there in Scopus for last 10 years or 8 years, then yes, this is one of the satisfactory part for a research scholar, for the author. Number 2, as I said, the frequency of the publication, the frequency of the publication in the journal. कहीं वो frequency abruptly change तो नहीं हुआ है, that initially
Okay.
that journal was publishing 30, 40 or 50 articles in one issue, and abruptly they started publishing 100, 150 and 200 articles in
Articles.
single issue. So this is the second, second,
Yes,
what
red
do you call,
flag.
red flag? Yes, 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 yes. And third, it can be, yes, and third, Scopus has a list of journals which are still there or which are discontinued. It's a Excel file which can be downloaded from the Scopus website itself. So
Okay.
researcher or the authors, they can search for that Excel file from the Scopus website, and that will definitely help.
So normally, even we as researchers used to do that. हम वो journal को देखते थे. We used to see if it says that we are Scopus Index. We used to trust them. But now it is very important to cross-check that information from the Scopus. Or we are just saying Scopus. It means all the list, by the way. So go and cross-check in those lists whether it is still there. Check both the lists, the one which has the name, the one which are recognized, and also if they've given a list of not recognized or discontinued or de-recognized, anything like that, check both the list to ensure that yes, sometimes ऐसा होता है कि वो अभी recognize है, but वो next month से non-recognized, disrecognized होने वाली है. So we need to check that to ensure कि we are not publishing, because once you submit a manuscript, then it is gone. You can't get it back. Then if they accept it, then it gets published. So you can't do anything with it. So, ma'am, I think we've understood about predatory and clone journal, and I think we have some red flags in our hand कि क्या-क्या देखना चाहिए, check करना चाहिए. मुझे एक बहुत important question आपसे आ रहा है कि losing 2 research papers on your PhD and delaying your submission, मतलब जिसकी वजह से submission delay हो जाता, it would be very, very disheartening. PhD as it is बहुत हमें बहुत motivate करके रखना पड़ता है खुद को. But at this difficult time, how did you motivate yourself? Kept yourself, मतलब फिर से paper लिखा आपने and then you published it again. How did you do that?
See, everyone knows that PhD is a roller coaster. So yes, some days are down, some days you are happy. But again, keeping yourself happy, keeping yourself motivated, it is another level. So what I did, I mean, I think that those who have completed their PhD, maybe in 4 years or 5 years or 6 years, somehow they have done something or the other to keep themselves happy, to keep themselves satisfied, to keep themselves motivated, to keep themselves inspired to complete their PhD degree. So one thing which motivates you is basically the degree, the manifestation of that degree, you know, कि ये degree जब मुझे मिलेगी तो क्या होगा, जिस दिन ये award होगी उस दिन मैं क्या करूँगा या क्या करूँगी. So yes, I used to do a manifestation a lot कि आज चाहे कुछ भी हो रहा हो, आज चाहे मेरा पेपर एक्सेप्ट नहीं हो रहा हो, because there was a time I remember that in the entire 1 year, back to back my papers were rejection. I mean, they were in the state of rejection. Every 3 months, every 4 months, I was getting rejections for my paper. Every time I used to get rejection, I again used to see what can be done in that particular paper. So yes, there were time when I was very down, where I was very disheartened, even though paper to already I have lost, and again for the new paper I was getting rejections. But there are certain things which keep you motivated. For me, it was number one, as I said, the manifestation of the PhD degree. कि जिस दिन degree award होगी उस दिन मैं क्या पहनूंगी, कौन सी साड़ी पहनूंगी. I used to see my wardrobe and I used to manifest के degree मिल जाएगी. And I used to, you know, write my name, Dr. Moon Lahiri. So
I think
these were some of the
all
things.
of us do that. Even I have done that. I used to do that. I used to imagine my name as Dr. Ritika Gaba, and that is what kept me motivated.
Yeah, so for me it was like how I'll get ready for my, you know, for my convocation day, and that was one thing. Secondly, I think that keeping yourself in your regular routine, not forgetting that you have to do a lot about your research, but again वो एक होता है ना कि अपने अपने आप को बिल्कुल अलूफ कर लो, फैमिली फ्रेंड से बिल्कुल हटा दो. I feel that if we, cut the social lifeline from our life, अब ये कितना किसी को मोटिवेट करता है या कितना इंस्पायर करता है, आई डोंट नो, बट मुझे तो नहीं करता, बिकॉज आई एम अ वेरी सोशल पर्सन. सो आई रियली फील दैट इफ आई कीप माई सेल्फ विथ माई फ्रेंड्स, इफ आई कीप माई सेल्फ विथ माई फैमिली, इफ आई कीप माई सेल्फ विथ देयर हैप्पीनेस, and I keep them in my happiness, it helps me, it inspires me to do my personal work, my research work as well. If I am going backwards sometime in my research, my family, my friends, and the parties, the happiness, the events, the function, it will, it will help me up in pushing me to do good in my life. Because somehow I feel the family, your relatives, your friends, they are your biggest strength. तो क्यों अपने उस strength को cut down करना अपनी life से ना? उनको होने दो, वो जैसे हैं उनको रहने दो. And but yes, consistency should be there in your work.
Okay, yes, right. So basically, be consistent. Like your research work is very important. We have to be consistent. We have to keep working and doing positive manifestation. There has to be an ultimate goal in our life. We have to keep imagining it that this is what this is why we are working hard, because we are trying to achieve that goal. But besides that, keep your social life, your family and your friends close together, especially the ones who are very positive and give you a positive energy. आप अपनी normal social life खत्म नहीं कर सकते, because PhD is a very long journey. So everything has to go parallelly. And उस बीच में अपना research work करते रहिए. Keep enjoying your life. PhD just a part of your life and not your entire life. Okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. So ma'am, before we end this meeting, just a small request. I know you sing very well. So some motivational song from your side for the researchers, for the students, for the people who are watching this podcast.
Oh my God, it's a big, what do you call, surprise. So, yes, surely I'll do that. And these two lines for all those scholars, all those budding researchers. तुम समय की रेत पर छोड़ते चलो निशान, तुम समय की रेत पर छोड़ते चलो निशान, देखती तुम्हें ज़मीन, देखता है आसमां, तुम समय की रेत पर छोड़ते चलो निशान, तुम समय की रेत पर छोड़ते चलो निशान. Thank you.
Amazing. And what an inspiring song. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time today. And I'm sure that the students watching this have learned a lot about predatory clone journal, how to motivate themselves, and how to safeguard themselves. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much, Dr. Ritika, for having me today. And it was wonderful talking to you. And I really hope that those who will be listening to us, unko bhi acha lagega. And thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, students, I hope you did learn something. If you have any questions from ma'am, you can put them in the comment section below, and do let us know if you have ever been trapped in a clone predatory journal or any other similar incident. We would love to know more about it, know about your experience. Thank you so much for watching this podcast.